welcome to season 2, episode number 13 of
What's Brewing Sis?
I'm Shelly.
I'm Bianca.
And I'm Deanna. Here we come together to serve the brew.
Like we always do.
Like we always do. We are back for a new episode, and we are still serving. We're serving cold brew and medium
and hot brew.
Hot chocolate. We are serving all the hot drinks at the Water Tower Place. We continue to be a success, and they keep asking for us back. And yeah, we are there. And if you haven't yet come to visit us, definitely do so.
835 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago. Friday 11 to 8, Saturday 11 to 8, Sunday 12 to 6.
Yes.
7th floor across from Bath and Body Works.
Yes. So
All
we are. Yes. Every weekend we're a family. They look for us, you know. It's an amazing feel. I was telling one of you guys earlier this week, someone came in and they were like, yeah, let me get a caramel delight. Like, it was just second nature. So it's just so nice when people come in, order things off of the menu. They know it. They know what they like. And it's been amazing experience.
Yep.
And to see the regulars, we have regulars now. You're like, oh, you know what I want. Give me what you gave me last time with the cold brew, and then you put some creamer in it. I was like, oh, okay, I got you. You want some half and half in it? Got you.
And we even got folks who've already completed their punch card. So we say, you know, you get a punch for every drink. The 7th drink is on us. And some people have already got that 7th drink, and we haven't even been open for 7 days. So
no, so that means they're coming back for more, and they're buying the drinks all up. It's so cool.
Yeah.
To see our business finally come to fruition. And pretty soon we're going to record a show in the cafe so you guys can get that feel. So if you haven't seen the pictures online, you know, you will be able to, we'll have our own studio there at the cafe where we'll shoot our shows, and you'll get a feel of what it's like to be inside our doors, so you can come visit us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Well, thanks to everyone who's been coming out, and just keep coming. Send your friends, family, coworkers. Send everybody to the Water Tower.
Send your neighbors.
They are. My mom told me, she was like, yeah, my old friend from 139th Street is coming to, is coming to see you guys. So it's just the what has been also groundbreaking or earth-shattering or wonderful is the feedback that we're getting from a lot of women who look like us, a lot of Black women. The support has been unreal. Every weekend or every day that we share a post, you know, letting people know that we're back, our doors are open. It's just so nice to see other people, and it's been a lot of Black women sharing our posts to let their friends know, hey, if I can't make it this weekend, why don't you try to make it down there? So
yeah,
that's been really cool.
And, my cousins came all the way from Maryland. They came to Chicago because they were on break, but they didn't tell me they were coming, but they told me they were there, and then they came to the cafe. So they're always huge supporters of everything that I do, and you know, I hope they feel supported back. So they're my riders. They will come to Chicago in a heartbeat when I got stuff going on. So shout out to Jenny, Becky.
What were the names, Deanna?
Jenny, Becky, and Jeffrey. So Jennifer, Rebecca, and Jeffrey came.
That is so cool. I was like, wow, y'all took a trip. They was like, yep, we sure did. We came in to be supportive of Deanna. So I think that is just awesome. I'm waiting for my New Orleans family to get into their car and come on down and see us.
Yeah.
We were, me and my mom FaceTimed Auntie Vanessa when we were in the shop last week. So she can't wait to come down and see us. So family, keep coming.
For sure.
Yes. So in this episode, we should talk about what we talked about last episode. So last episode we did our latte letters. That was a lot of fun.
Ooh, those letters were spicy.
As always.
Spicy.
The dilemmas. But Kim was definitely there to talk us through a few of those.
Yes, Kim always offers that reflective advice. And even if you're the party that's not doing the wrongdoing, She kind of, make sure you stay in the mix of all things and make the best decision for you. So always so much fun to have on the show. So if you have a dilemma, or if you have a letter that you want to share with us, you can send us an email at what'sbrewingsis.com. No, what'sbrewingsis@gmail.com. Send a letter to us, and we will share it on the show, and offer some good advice for you guys on what to do if you're in a dilemma.
And we never include your name, so your secret is safe with us. So definitely send those emails in, and get our take on what's going on. We'll do our best.
Yeah.
What's going on?
All right. So we have a great topic today. It actually was a topic of conversation in the car. We were chatting away about toxic positivity. So we definitely want to bring that topic to you guys today. But before we get started, as always, we want to get started with our icebreakers.
Yes. And put your answers in the live chat. Live chat is my favorite place to be on Thursday night. So I love your guys.
I always love seeing people's reaction or their answers to the question. So, first question: if you could commit a crime and get away with it, what crime would you commit?
It's gonna be to rob a bank.
What?
Opening the
I was like, okay.
It would be it would be to rob a bank. I mean, I don't necessarily. I would be too scared to ever rob a bank. So banks, don't worry, Shelly's not coming. But I think that it could put a little extra money in my pockets, and I got away with it. So robbing the bank.
What about you, Deanna?
I don't know. I think I would have too much of a guilty conscience, even if I got away with it.
You're sweet.
But I mean, maybe I would try to tell myself to do something involving getting money. So whether it's robbing a bank or doing some getting away with like an insider tip on an investment, maybe.
Oh. So my first answer was I wouldn't, because I would be so guilty. I would probably get caught because I'm so guilty. I'll be like sweating like, profusely. But I would probably like rig the lottery so it could look like I won, and I had the winning ticket and be like, oh, I won. But I would be so guilty at the lottery. I was like, here's my ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no.
Do you have any nighttime rituals that you have to do to sleep peacefully?
Yes. Take a nice hot warm bath.
A hot warm bath?
Yeah, what do I normally say? It's off.
Nice hot bath.
Yeah, hot bath. I have to. A nice hot bath with some fresh sheets. Like, I'm out. There's no question about it. I'm
out. I don't think I have a ritual that I have to do. Like, yeah, there's things that I normally do, but if I'm like really tired, I could probably just go to sleep and skip over some stuff. But like, I think I would be annoyed with myself, like if I like fall asleep on the couch with my clothes on, because then I didn't actually go to bed. But short of that, yeah, I think that's about it.
I thought you were gonna say turn on a fan.
Oh.
So it's not really me that is requiring the fan. That's more like Joseph can't sleep without the fan. I can sleep without it. Bryce also likes it for the white noise, but yeah, I could do without it.
Well, I have two. So one, I have to put lotion on my feet. I cannot go to sleep with your feet at all. It's like I will wake up in the middle of the night like, oh my God, my feet are so dry. Like, I can't do it. Two, I have to have my feet under the cover. Like, I can't. I
Yeah.
don't like sleeping without my feet like wrapped up.
Yeah. I feel like if my feet are not under the covers, like that's just why it's blanket's too small. Like what am I cannot do that. I cannot.
Me and my kids are like we start off with cover, we throw it off in the night, but Joseph like recovers us all up, and it's like if we're hot, we don't want to be covered up. So I'm fine with not being under the covers, but yes, I get retucked in all the time.
Ah, that's so sweet. But you know what though? Even if I'm hot, I still have to have something on my feet, even if it's the feet. Or like the rest of my body is out, but like my feet are covered.
Yeah,
that's how he feels too. Like his feet has to be covered, but
I can't sleep without a blanket, so I cannot. Like that is just like, oh Jesus Christ, I can't even breathe. I was like, where is it? I cannot sleep without a pillow and a blanket.
A pillow and a blanket.
I gotta have my pillow, but I could do without that blanket. But I've always been like that. I said when I used to spend the night at my grandparents' house, my grandmother would turn the heat up because she knew I wouldn't keep the covers on at night. So like everyone else in the house would be complaining that it's hot, and she's like, "Well, you know, the baby don't keep them covers on." So like basically everybody else had to suffer because she felt like to be
they probably pinched you in your sleep.
But I'm like, I feel restricted. I just like throw that cover to the side. I'm all right.
A nice little weighted blanket. It feels like a warm hug. Like I like cuddle.
Yeah, I feel like I just want to be free.
I got a weighted blanket as a gift, and I felt choked both times I used it. I was like, I can't.
I gave you that gift.
You did not give me a weighted blanket.
That would be so bad if I did. Damn. Somebody watching this probably.
I wouldn't have said it on the podcast. I was telling you that.
Like we did it.
You're watching? Jesus Christ. It's choking me.
Girl, funny story. I wore it, put it on me. I say wore it, but I put it on me the first night, and I got so hot. I was trying to get out, and I was half asleep, and I couldn't get out. So I think I panicked, and I fell. I tried to get out of bed, and I fell because I think I was trying to run, and it tripped me, and I like fell.
Po weighted blanket.
And I started like coughing and choking in my sleep. It was crazy. I was like,
don't give weighted blanket.
Somebody was trying to get me in my sleep that damn weighted blanket.
That blanket was just trying to do its job and be weighted.
Oh, yeah.
I felt choked. Somebody was trying to get me. I don't know.
So side note, do not get Bianca any more damn weighted blankets.
I heard they supposed to be nice, but
girl, not for me. I don't want that pressure. Get off me. All right. Next question. What sitcom would you like or have liked to play a role on? So current sitcom or past sitcom that you would have wanted to play a role on?
I would say A Different World.
Oh, dang, that was my answer.
Jesus Christ. Living Single for me.
Ooh, that's another good one.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say A Different World because that was like the first look at Black college.
Yeah.
And you know, all the people on there is just exciting for me. Like I wanted to go to Hillman.
Yeah, we have to do a show kind of dedicated to that show. And just memories that we have from that episode. But of course, like my favorite episode is the one where Dwayne interrupted the wedding, you know.
Oh yeah.
There, what was it, 25 years or more?
It might have been more.
Oh, well, they just have a big anniversary show. So I watched a podcast not too long ago where a young lady did the full show on that particular episode. And it was really, really good. But she just kind of like broke it down with what you would do if you're in that situation. And do you think what he did was right and all that stuff. It was really good.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
They say all is fair in love and war, so
I mean,
What,
I don't know.
do you think that someone breaking up a wedding, like if you were getting married, and someone that loves you broke up your wedding?
I object.
Yes. What if they object? What would I do?
I mean, so I wonder, like, has that ever really happened in real life? I
I'm
only
sure.
seen it on TV, but
You said
someone could come in and object, and you could dismiss them, be like, "You and your objection get out." But if they object and your heart really is with them, then you ain't said I do yet. So I think it can go either way. Just because they object don't mean that you're gonna be like, yes, Dwayne.
right.
But so you could be like, fool, if you don't get your fool tail self out of here, ain't nobody.
Yeah.
How awkward would that be? Jeez.
Right. I mean,
what do you say? Like, you got all of this person's. Imagine if it was you. You got all your family and friends, all his family and friends, and if your heart was with the person that's objecting, like, you gonna get jumped.
Right.
Yeah.
They only want to fight you.
I mean, like, I had a pretty big wedding. We had like 240 guests. So yeah, that would have been a big
uproar.
But I think I would have been able to say, fool, get your fool tail self out of here. Ain't nobody marrying you.
All right.
Is it a reflection on the bride? Because I feel like, I would feel like if I was a guest at the wedding or, a friend of the bride, I would be like, girl, you ain't resolved that before.
Or maybe you think you did, but the person still show up for their last ditch effort. And I guess it could be the other way around too. It could be a woman objecting, like, I object,
I've actually seen a video on Instagram where this couple was getting married and this woman stood up. Like, I'm gonna just say his name was Dwayne. Dwayne was with me last night. You gonna marry her today, Dwayne? Dwayne, I know you hear me. You gonna marry her, and you was with me last night. Dwayne would not turn around. So the bride was like, started arguing back, and her daughter went to fight the lady in the audience.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
So this would be the thing, though. Dwayne might not marry the sis in the audience, but as the bride, I'm not about to marry Dwayne either. Like,
now, would you make that split like that?
I'll be like, also, you was with her last night.
Well, okay, so what if it wasn't like that? What if she was just like, I don't want you to do this, man? Would you still have to question him to see if he does have some involvement with the chick?
I mean, that's gonna take some investigation. And do you got time for that? Y'all standing there?
Right, that's what but Deanna's like, back it up.
I'm like, I feel like you in the moments you might be like, oh, this is a beautiful occasion, all the flowers in place and all the people are here. But I would say if there's an interruption, take a pause. Y'all can wait. Y'all probably, a lot of times people waiting don't start on time. Y'all probably done waited a little bit anyway. Y'all can wait. We're gonna have a conversation and see if this is gonna even happen, because a lifetime is a long time to be hooked up to some foolery. If I can stop right here before we got to do any paperwork and go to court.
I think for me, I would just be too embarrassed to continue anyway. Like, even if that lady is a liar and she just was jealous and didn't want, I would be too embarrassed to stand in front of my family and friends after that just happened. They would be like, they would grab me by the back of my head. Like, if you don't come on back down here, we about to go.
It depends. It depends on what the person is accusing the person of. Like, if it's somebody just saying, I love you, don't marry him, don't marry her, I still want to be with you. Yeah, but if they was like, I was with him last night, you got some explaining.
Totally different situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think no matter what, I think you will definitely get a side eye, like, what, like, what's happening here? And definitely have to be a pause. Like, let me pause. Let me make sure I heard what I heard right. and let me make sure I'm not marrying no foolery. You know, make sure that this is the right decision for me.
Yeah, I'll be like, I don't care whoever feel like they don't want to wait. Y'all gonna wait.
Oh, you gonna wait till all right.
Because I mean, you would probably have people on both sides. You probably have some people saying, don't marry him, or some people saying, don't let that stop what God has put together. All that,
God told me to pause.
Right, God told me. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
What skill do you wish you could wake up and have tomorrow?
You know what's been on my mind lately? I am so tired of being shy, and I guess this is not a skill that people. I don't know. Maybe it is
kind of a skill.
A skill. Yeah, I wish I wasn't so shy. Like I wish I could be a little bit more, like hi, I
extroverted.
I can be sometimes in a protected area. Like when I'm with you guys, I feel like I can do anything. Thanks. I was waiting for the awe. I feel like I can do anything, or you guys are gonna push me and me and call me for not doing it. But I do. I wish that I could not be so shy, all the time.
So you know how my phobias, like y'all don't get it. I don't get your shyness because like you would like inbox anybody and be like, so this is why I need you. I need you for our show. I need this. We need her with that.
It's not face to face. And like I said, I can
more bold off.
I can do anything with you guys. So it's like if I'm doing it for us, or if it's something that's gonna make us money, the shyness tends to kind of go away. I'm like, we need to make this.
We need this money.
We need to get this stuff off the shelf, and so people can taste how good it is. But what I did this weekend to overcome my shyness was I ate and tried the brownies. I hadn't had our brownies just yet. You guys had tasted it. I trusted what you guys had said, but I was trying to eat healthy. And something was like, let me try one of these brownies. The girl took that brownie. I tried that brownie. I was like, we need more people to try these brownies. This is some good brownies. So, and then Bianca came out with me the first time and was like kind of rooting me on. So I felt like I could do it. And then it got some people in the door. So I was like, okay, I could do it. But I just wish that I didn't have that pause. You guys, you just like, look, you got out there with the tray. And when people say no, y'all fine, y'all move on to the next person. But I'm still thinking like, oh, they said no. So I want to overcome that. That's what
and I'm not an extrovert, but I just feel like in certain situations, you just have to go ahead and do what's uncomfortable. I've said a lot that I've become comfortable with my discomfort in many situations, because sometimes you just have to push past the discomfort to get, like you said, what you want or accomplish a goal or whatever. But it is not natural. I'd rather be quiet in the background somewhere, observing. I don't necessarily like to be the out front person, but I think like when I do it, when I just be like, okay, I just got to do it, then it's almost kind of like being in character,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's definitely what it is for me with like all of the, I'm afraid of heights and all type of different stuff. But I was just like, okay, it's not affecting me. Everything is fine.
I'm not really here.
You're doing a good job. You be riding them glass elevators at the water tower place and everything.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, they ain't got to tell her to get off the rails. It's totally
get off the rails.
It's totally you're very relaxed, and I see that you have walked into this business ownership role, and you're doing an amazing job at it.
Oh, thank you.
I think we all have.
Yeah, I was confident that she would be comfortable in the space because it's not like hanging over the rail,
Right.
We're on the 7th floor, but you can't see down to the 1st floor.
Don't tell her, no, Deanna. Don't give her the
No,
next time I'm in there, I'm be like, it's real. I'll be dizzy.
No, I was like, you're gonna be fine, and you have been fine.
What are you saying?
The skill I wish I could wake up and have tomorrow is math skills. I am intimidated by numbers and figures, and walking into business like we need to know this stuff, and I'd be like, man, it's like when I see them, they like dance around and they like move. I don't know. They're like, it's numbers.
Yeah, it's that common fear that people have. I think if you've ever told yourself I'm not good in math, then it's just like always at the forefront of your mind. But you know,
I never said that though.
I'm like, I feel like you used to be good at math, and
I don't know what happened.
You have said that you're not. I think you're saying it right now.
Said you're intimidated by it. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what happened now, but I used to love algebra and like. I don't think I ever had calculus, but now I look at stuff like, what is this? What am I doing with this?
Don't let it intimidate you. You got this. I think you do a job with what I've seen you count.
Like you can count these monies. That's how it matters.
The other day when I was counting the drugs.
Just down with that. She was like, we got 25 cents sitting over here. Let me calculate that. It's a mind thing. I think yes, you definitely have to repeat to yourself, or don't say I'm bad at this. Just say, and I can take my own advice. Say I am good at this, or I'm not fearful. There's no need to be shy, or I am good at math. So.
And I think too. That's why we're a team. We all have our subject matters that we're experts in. So we just glean from one another. Like Shelly gonna do the graphics, Deanna gonna do the math. I ain't gonna try to draw nothing or design nothing. Probably ever.
You won't ever.
It's gonna be looking like Logo Robot, okay?
What?
Being done for me either. I'm like, and it's nice to have a teammate that you can rely on and say, okay, they got it. Okay, she has this. And for you, Bianca, this is not the only thing, but girl, you ain't gonna let nobody cheat us. You won't be cheated out of anything. So everybody is so valuable on this team, and I think that's what makes going to the cafe, like, it doesn't even feel like work. It feels like fun.
And the time goes by so fast. Every time we're like, man, it's 2:00 already. It's 4:00 already. Like it really do go by so fast. So.
It does.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. Did we all answer that? What skill?
I did not.
Deanna did.
What did you say, Deanna? What
I would think maybe I would be like really, really great at doing hair and makeup. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you already are. It's your hidden talent. People don't know.
I think I'm okay, but I would want to be like fast and fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is cool. And Bianca, did you answer too?
Math.
Yes.
What is your favorite song right now that you got on repeat?
My favorite song is "This Is the Piece That You Cannot Buy" by
yeah.
I love that song. It always gets me in a good mood. I love songs that you could roll the windows down when it's summer or spring.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, and catch a whole vibe. And I can't wait to do that because when we're taking those rides downtown, just kind of relax and listen to some good music. But I love that song by her, by Tim's.
Well, sure.
The song I've been listening to on repeat or over and over for the last week or so. It's a song called "Savior" by Ty Tribbett.
Okay.
You gotta share that one with me.
Yeah.
My current favorite song is "Under the Influence" by Chris Brown.
Okay.
In the mind when I don't know the words.
She never do.
Everything Robitussin.
There was a video of him performing that song live, and everybody knew the Robitussin part, girl.
Like all you Robitussin addicts out there.
Right. All right. So those are our icebreakers. So lead us off, B. What we're talking about? What are we talking about today?
We are talking about toxic positivity. And this was sparked because we were listening to a couple discuss it, and the husband was like, "If you don't like my wife,
Let's talk about
Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown and Chance Brown. I guess some people are like, she's too positive or happy or always trying to share like a good word for people. And I thought that was I had never heard of toxic positivity before. So I posed to y'all, what do you think about that? So I want to start off by giving the definition of what toxic positivity is. So they explain toxic positivity as the pressure to only display positive emotions, suppressing any negative emotions, feelings, reaction, or experiences. It invalidates human experience and can lead to trauma, isolation, and unhealthy coping mechanisms. But just in watching her videos, excuse me, I think she's just trying to help people cope with what's going on in their life. So what do you guys think about toxic positivity?
I think it could potentially be a thing, but I don't think it's a thing in the case of Tabitha Brown. I think she has expressed hardships and difficult times, but she chooses to be positive and put her best efforts forward. And, like her tagline, she always says, have a good day. And if you can't have a good day, don't go messing up somebody else's day. Meaning, like, just because things are not going right for you, you shouldn't necessarily, be a person who misery loves company,
Exactly.
So I think it's a good thing to try to be positive, even if things and circumstances, situations are not as you would like them to be.
For sure. And I think it drives home the reality about bad days do happen. There are times when people who are typically positive do have a bad day. I try to be as positive as I possibly can. And when I don't feel very positive, that's my moment to like stay by myself, because I don't want to project what people aren't used to seeing from me, because I feel like I'm a very energy driven person. So when I walk in a room, I can kind of assess what the energy feels like, if people are having a good day or a bad day, respond. And I typically try to stay away from people when I am not feeling very positive.
I think similar thoughts, Deanna, in the case of Tabitha Brown. She's definitely expressed things that she went through. And I even specifically remember she was having a hard time with like a furniture delivery, and she kind of came online and was talking about it, but it wasn't, for her to spread negativity. She was just expressing she was having a bad day that day. But most of her messages are like, hey, this message is for you. I know you're going through a rough time right now, but, kind of giving comfort to people who are going through a hard time. And I think that's definitely okay. Like, if people are going through a hard time, sometimes they want to be comforted in, what they're going through, or know that somebody else has been through what they have been through. Now, on the opposite spectrum of that, I do believe toxic positivity, the way it's described, is a thing where, if somebody is going through something, instead of being like comforting, it's like, shut up. Like, oh, just be positive. It's nothing wrong with you. And it's like, well, that person is having an emotion. Like, let them go through that. Be a comfort if that's what you want to do, but don't try to like shut it down.
Right. I would say, like, some people everybody has their own way of dealing with things. And even sometimes I think when people try to encourage you to be positive in a negative situation, it's not necessarily with malice that they're saying, oh, look at the bright side, or, see the silver lining. But you also have to appreciate that a person might not be in that space at that time to push beyond whatever immediate emotional reaction that they're having. So I do think it could be insensitive to tell somebody, to not be in the moment of whatever emotion that they're feeling. But I think there's a way to encourage and, give a positive message without invalidating the way the person feels in that moment,
Right.
So,
I want to share. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I'm just saying, so I think you have to be careful with what you say when someone is going through something difficult,
So I had an experience where I didn't necessarily get mad, and now I don't know if it's funny, but I laugh at inappropriate things. But in the moment, I was like, what? So I was at, dentist office, and, they knew my husband. And she was like, well, at least you're still young and you can remarry. And I was like, what? And I know she didn't mean any ill intent with that, but I was like, so
yeah, I think sometimes people throw up, they say something, they probably wish they could take it back, but it's too late. It's just awkward.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not really even in that space. And I think she kind of was like, after she said it, like, insert foot into mouth. But it was like, how is that the bright side? What?
Yeah,
it's like they don't be knowing what to say, baby. They just throw something out there.
The best advice is like, if you don't know what to say, just don't say anything at all. Just be like,
right. I think people get nervous. They start tripping over themselves.
I've said the wrong. I would, not be truthful if I have not had those moments where I didn't say the right thing. Have you ever seen a woman and you thought she was pregnant and you're like, oh, congratulations, and you're like, I'm pregnant, It happens where I think people do try to be a comforting voice or offer something, but you can kind of look back on those situations now,
yeah,
and kind of laugh about it. I think Tabitha has just more of an intentional positive. Like, I don't think that she's doing anything to say something to hurt somebody. She does want you to see the brighter side when it comes to things that she's maybe experienced, because there is life on the other side of death. There is, I try to pull something positive out of a negative. Definitely going into business, you're not always told no. I'm like, if people really knew how often we are told no, even seeing our success, they were like, ooh, geez, and I look back and I'm like, we've been told no more than we've been told yes. I think we just got the right yeses.
Right. And that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters. It really
is. And the nose, I think even with the nose, it's like, I'm, however, because we're all three different people, so we process the emotions differently. But I'll just speak for me. Even if it's a no and I'm mad for a hot second, it's like, all right, next, who's up next? What are we gonna do now?
Yeah. And I'm like, Tabitha Brown, I think she is also always saying how appreciative she is of life itself and the triumphs that she's had over the obstacles. So she shares that. It's not like she's a person who says her life has been perfect. She talks about, having financial struggles, being homeless, losing people that she loved. But in spite of all that, she's blessed beyond measure. She never thought she would be at this level of success, and she's still being surprised by the things that are happening in her life. Like, she still can't believe it. So I don't think she's like, arrogant or toxic at all. I think she's transparent, which is, to me, a positive thing.
Absolutely. And this was based on a comment that someone made on a video, that she made, and they just put, I feel like, or you are a toxic person. You have toxic positivity. And I don't even think she really understood or knew how to process that. And then I think she took an inner look inside, and they had a whole show about it where it was like, wait a minute, is that what I'm doing? And to me, I feel like that is more authentic than saying that she is someone who is just positively spreading negativity, as that person said. It's hard sometimes too for people who tend to be positive. It's like, I think people do see it as an annoyance. I've had experience where people was like, I don't know why I don't like you. I just don't, And then when I would dive in a little bit more, it would be like, cause you always happy, you always smiling. People definitely see it as a negative. And it just makes me more happier.
Right. I'm like, if I get those type of comments, I mean, I've gotten people that say like, you can't be this cool, calm, and collected all the time. Like, like that has to be a facade, or, but I'm like, yeah, it's in my genes. It's in my DNA. It is who I am. It's not, I mean, yes, I can be uncalm, but I'd rather not. And it doesn't happen very often. But of course,
like, this is me. This is what you're gonna get. This is not an act that I'm putting on. This is just who I would rather be. And do you think that negative people, or people who tend to be negative sometimes, are just, is it a choice? Like, do people choose to be negative?
I think that negativity can be a choice. It's two-sided. Sometimes I feel like some people don't understand what's going on, that they're being negative. They're just so used to being in that space and it's comfortable for them. But there are some people who choose to be negative. They see somebody being successful and it's like, look at they little ice cream truck. They ain't doing nothing with this little ice cream truck. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you don't know what they had to go through to get this dang old ice cream truck. I'm gonna go buy me a Chico, not the Chico stick. What's a little thing? A Choco Taco. I'm gonna go buy me a little Choco Taco from them. Push up. Nah, I wanted a Choco Taco. But
I know I like sherbet.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he or she got a new job. Look at that little job. Well, I don't know why they work at that company.
Everything becomes little.
Everything becomes little. And it's like, but why do you have to diminish what that person is doing? Like, what do you get out of it is my question. Like, how does that feed your spirit like make somebody feel bad, or to look at something so negative? Like, how does that feed you?
That's a good question. That is one question that I definitely want to learn from somebody who tends to be that type of person. Like, what are you getting out of pushing your negativity onto me? Like, how does that help you? What does that do for you at night? And sometimes I'll be like, well, people, like, I don't even know how you function like that. Like, to me, I'm always like, what kind of, my mom has like drilled in us, kind of, what you do to people will come back to you. Like, God does not like ugly, so don't be that way. And I think that, my cousin Claudia used to always say, like, God's watching you, like anything, just in a joking way or anything that we used to do. She would always say that. And I do feel like it's a reflection on your character, and not that God is a punishing God, like, I'm gonna punish you, but it's like, that is what I think. Like, I in my head, I'm like, if I'm mean to somebody, that is gonna come back around on me. That somehow is gonna then, turn on me because I was mean to somebody and I didn't even have to be mean. Like, people don't have to be negative, but they, like you said, they choose to be.
And it's unfortunate that there are people who look at things that way. And it's like, if you just spin this little globe around to see life in a different way, you would be a happier person. It would be less burden and stress on you. I think, unfortunately, a lot of times people see something someone else is doing or have said, and they look at it like a measuring contest of what they have going on in their life. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that way.
No.
But also with that, it's like, for me, when someone's just being negative for no reason, I look past it like that's a reflection of something that's going on in their life. like, if we're doing something, and I'm just trying to think of a good example. Like, if we go on a vacation and somebody like, well, I'm going on a vacation too, and it's like, oh, great for you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, good job. I keep it moving. It's like it doesn't, but what is the intent behind that? Is it like you're measuring? Like, what is the measuring concept?
And that is funny that you bring that up too, because like I feel like we should celebrate any accomplishment that we make together. I feel like we should celebrate anything that we're doing, as a team that's maybe not the norm. Or, a lot of people say, women don't know how to work well. I feel like it should be celebrated, because if it's celebrated, just like I was thanking the women and the Black women in the beginning for sharing our stuff, it creates this effect of people like, okay, it becomes the norm. And I think that Tabitha is a very normalizing positivity pusher. She has one shirt, and they had the shirt on when they recorded the show, but I think it was a normalized positivity. Like these things should kind of really be normal. And I think we live in a world, in a society where, people, there are some people who do and make posts for likes and shares and comments. And I am guilty of being one of those people. I definitely post stuff so people can like it and share it, because I want them to see that I'm doing well. I want them to see that I'm a Black woman and I'm starting a business. I want them to see that, I worked for a company for 21 years and was laid off, and that didn't stop me from continuing on to do, what I did. Like, I think that people just add a negative connotation to positive things that people do, and I think it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between being positive and being phony or, fake or whatever. So like I have a shirt that says "Be real, not perfect." So I don't think we have to present ourselves as perfect and having perfect life and everything is great 100% of the time.
Right.
I think it's okay to be flawed, but positive at the same time.
Right. I think that shows that you're like anybody else.
Yeah. And I'm like, why would I want to put an image of everything being perfect all the time, and I have this perfect life, and there's perfect. There's nothing ever unperfect. Yeah, I think that would be toxic.
Yeah, because when the funk hits the fan, then now you can't do that. Then everybody is like, oh, what happened here? I think you're bringing more attention to yourself and you're probably putting yourself in a position with stuff that you can't handle.
It kind of reminds me of the movie Girls Trip. Remember the one friend who was married and her and her husband are doing all these great things in business together, and they were trying to get the talk show, but all behind closed doors he was cheating, and she knew about it, all type of stuff going on, but they wanted to portray that they were this perfect, happy couple for everyone to see. And it's like, to your point, Deanna, you don't have to be perfect. I want to ask y'all this. Do you think social media plays a part in toxic positivity, or just toxic negativity, or negativity in general?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. And then you really don't know what angle anyone is coming from. You really have to assume. So if it's somebody who is positive from a positive place, you really can't tell the difference from somebody who's being positive from a negative place unless you know this person on a personal level. So that's why I try not to judge anybody for anything that they're posting, because especially stuff that I tend to post, like, because if I post something and I'm like, like a lot of times when I post stuff and I'm like, no matter what happened or no matter what just happened, keep going. I post that often because it's after I've gotten bad news. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody even messaged me quite a few times when I post things like that, and they're like, "You didn't even know I was going through something, but I saw your message, and it just made me be like, I'm gonna keep going in whatever thing that I was going through." So you really never know kind of what you're reading, but I say don't judge anybody based off of what they're posting, because you really never know why they posted what they posted.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like a message like that, I would think that if somebody's putting a message out that says keep going, I would deduce from that person probably has some stumbling blocks, but they push past them. You know, I wouldn't think that they're just telling me to keep going and everything has been perfect for them. You know, I would take that as you're saying keep going in spite of.
Right.
But I think there are some. I think we all personally know people who are, you know, a facade on social media, and their real life is nothing like what the image that they're putting out to the world. And it's like, well, who are you're only fooling really the people who don't know you. But to me, like, what's the payoff on that? Like, what do you get out of that? What's the benefit of doing that?
I think on top of the fact, no one's asking you for that.
Yeah,
One's asked. Huh?
Yeah, right. Nobody even asked you for it. You're giving it away for the free for what? Like
For the free 99. No, nobody asked you. Like, oh, I wonder what's going on in Shelly's life. Like, is everything perfect? Is everything? Oh, everything. You know, like you don't have to do that. Like, just be regular. Like,
1 minute you're posting that you're single. Next minute
girl,
complicated. And next minute it's like I'm in a relationship.
I've been in this relationship for 2 years. He is the best man ever. I'm like, girl, you were single last week.
okay. And the whole likewise, I don't think everything that you go through should be on social media either. Like,
no,
people should not know, you know, what's going on in your relationship, especially from your social media posts. Like, when you loving them 1 minute, hating them the next, and you do everything blow by blow,
like a roller
coaster.
Right. Yeah.
Why do we know so much about
a younger person that I, am Facebook friends with that I kind of unfollowed. Like, I didn't block the person, but it's like, would be nice if my boyfriend did this for me, but instead he's this, and this, and then next week y'all are posted up in pictures. I'm confused. But it's like so much. It's like, if you have to post, if 10 of your posts out of 12 is he don't do this for me and he that, and somebody's mad and blah blah blah, but then those other 2 posts is he's the best thing ever, I can't believe we've been together for 2 years, I love him. It's like, girl, keep it off social media then. Like, because you got people commenting like, girl, you don't need him, leave him, blah blah blah. You can and then some people like, girl, you're beautiful, we love you, we're here to help. And you have wasted our prayers for you. And you are posting up with him at baby 10 next week. What are we doing here? I could have used those prayers for something else. I don't have time for this.
I cannot. Yeah, no, I do differ from you guys' opinion on this, but I'm just not that invested. Like, I'm not that invested, and not that I'm saying that you guys are, but I'm not invested at all in anybody's post that because hell. Look, there's plenty of things that I could post, on my social media where someone may feel invested. I know I took my social media down for a long time, and people were like, "Oh my God, what happened to you? Are you okay?" When I activated it back. So I think social media is just for pictures and things to see that people post and accomplishments, and I just be like, I just don't take it so deep. I don't become so invested on what anybody is posting because it ain't none of my business. I like to see the positive things. I like to see news and things.
Yeah. I mean, like even my own family, when there's been family feuds going on, I don't want them to argue with each other across social media. It's like even if you got to argue with your sister, brother, cousin, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it on social media. Just pick up the phone or go to their house.
It's like, no, guys.
Like something doesn't have to be for public viewing. Like,
yeah. I've had those moments, and I've been a part of those moments too. Where it's like, well, I'm gonna say this, and it's a whole family fight, and I think you learn from your mistakes. You learn that that's not the best way to handle it, and I've definitely learned from mistakes that I've made in the past, where it's like, don't take it to don't take it to social. Don't give everybody everything,
right?
Because then you become very watered down, where it's like,
yeah, that's all I was trying to say. I don't even really be on social media like that. Like doing the cafe and the podcast and stuff has, I had to be more on social media than ever before. I'm not the poster. My partners are like, can you post something? And I'm like, it's not natural. It's not second nature for me. So,
Yeah. I think for me, like, I'm on social media. I scroll through. I think I wouldn't say invested. I only care when it's people I love, like people I'm like really close to. Then I'm like, oh, because I'm a helper. I want to help. I want to help fix it. I want to say encouraging words to keep you from being sad. I want to do whatever I can if I can.
Yeah.
One thing that I can keep my help to myself. So
one thing that I do want to improve on is sometimes, not with everybody, but sometimes. I do think that the post is about me. Do you guys ever get, or have you ever gone through that experience where you, like, somebody has posted subliminally, and you knew that they were posted about you? Ooh!
A couple times. I have had a couple, only a couple, where I was like, this is suspicious. I just posted this, and then this person made a post like, oh, look at this. I'm like,
So maybe I haven't had that experience because I don't post that much. So
you ain't gonna even know they talking about you, girl. They got a whole page.
Right. I probably missed it if they did post something subliminal about me.
Yeah, no, I don't, and then I feel like when people do post subliminally, because I think that's so rude, but don't post subliminal stuff when you are specifically talking about somebody, because now you have people co-signing on and you could be the wrong person, and then they might,
they don't know the full situation.
Right. So yeah, don't. I think that's a whack. That to me is like, if you can't talk to me face to face and you would rather post it on social media, that's whack. Don't do that.
Especially since I don't bother nobody. We don't bother nobody. We mind our business. Like, why? Why be subliminal? We mind our Black-owned business. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, we definitely do.
And you definitely probably waste your subliminal if you was so
sure. Sometimes on me, so right on my head, like, I ain't even. Because I think if you don't say my name, then it ain't about me.
Period.
What else?
Well, this has been fun. So, toxic positivity, it's all in how you see things and how your spirit is feeling at that moment.
And definitely concluded that it's a thing, right?
It is a thing.
It is a thing.
I think Tabitha Brown was falsely accused.
Absolutely.
We're laying the gavel down on that. She's falsely accused. Yeah. She's definitely one of the people that I go to when I'm having a tough time. I might catch a video. I'm like, man, this spoke to me today. You know what I mean? So I've never felt like, I'm sick of seeing her. She's so positive and nice, and her life is so perfect. I've never felt that way.
But haters gonna hate, so there's always gonna be.
Are gonna hate. And her show, her and her husband's show Fridays with Tab and Chance, their podcast that they do, it's just it's very moving because it's like a lot of the stuff that they've lately, a lot of the topics have been things that we've been going through. Like they did a mentorship and they did a show about like seeing signs, and one that stuck with me is her mom had passed, and when her mom passed, she told her, like, if you see a dime, then you know that I'm around. And she started finding these dimes, and I don't know, it just definitely made me think, like, through this journey and everything that we've gone through, what has been so powerful about it is just something that nobody can touch. Like, really nobody can say anything about. The business is our baby. We care about it, and we want, we want to make it a bigger thing, and it is going to be a bigger thing. But the most amazing thing about it is that God is, I feel, and I know you guys feel the same, that God has been with us the entire way through, from the people that we've met, the people that have walked into our cafe, the people that comment, the people that share our posts, our family and our friends, of course. But God is with us, and that to me is just, it's a blessing that I cannot help but to smile and wake up happy every day knowing that God is walking this walk with us. Like, we're blessed.
Guiding our steps.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys so much. Well, thank you God first. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of What's Brewing Sis. We definitely appreciate you guys. Again, we appreciate the support. Business of the Week, Cafe Coco Latte. You can order your coffee online at cafecocolatte.com. We have our decaf. We have our medium roast. We have our dark roast. If you have a Keurig, you can buy your Keurig refill cups right on our website. If you want to see us in person or enjoy a cup of coffee in person, guess where you gonna go?
Yes.
Water Tower Place. What I said, Deanna? What I said?
835 North Michigan Avenue in Chicago, Illinois.
And what time?
It is from 11 to 8 on Friday and Saturday, and 12 to 6 on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you are wondering what we are doing Monday through Friday, well, pray for us. Come to the cafe on Saturday if you want to see us there more.
Yes.
I was just saying.
And as always, like we do at 835 North Michigan, we be brewing. But as always,
imparting, keep it brewing.
Keep it brewing.